I'd like to share a few valuable takeaways that we've gained from working with higher performing pro-adaptive managers and leaders. The two problems that most struggle with are 1. Accurate diagnosis, and 2. Effective responses. So let's first briefly look at the diagnosis problem, since no response will work if we misdiagnose what's required. Remember from the earlier chapters that there are two parts to effective diagnosis. First, favorability, which involves one of 5 possible levels. And second, the root cause, which involves one of 3 general or 6 more specific possible types of causes. When you multiply these two dimensions, you can see that the probability of a successful diagnosis can be as low as only 1 of 30 potential situations. Of course, most of us don't experience this full range of situations, but it is quite common to experience at least 10 of these situations. So this is still a success rate of just 10% for successful diagnosis. Fortunately, you already have the solution that's needed. Simply use your pro-adaptive model, found on pages 14 and 17 of your VDP workbook, and its toolkit scales for more effective diagnosis. Next, so why do managers and leaders typically struggle to respond effectively? Well, the reality is that some situations are complex, others ambiguous, and still others shifting in our ever-changing world. When this is the case, we found that the best starting point is to begin with an L3 adjusting approach. Why? Because this allows you to further clarify the primary root cause and also best response. Thereafter, your response can shift depending on whether you discover the situation is more or less favorable. The next proven leader-manager principle is to respond with a more directive, success-focused L2 or L1 type approach when a situation is unfavorable. And, by contrast, a more supportive, satisfaction-focused L4 or L5 one when a situation is more favorable. These best practices have been proven by repeated research since the very first landmark studies done way back by both The Ohio State University and University of Michigan in the 1950s. 95% of the managers and leaders that we've worked with globally agree with this performance coaching guidance we just shared. For many, the L1 to L5 approaches matrix that was provided on pages 23 of your VDP workbook is all that is needed. However, others also use the add-on How to Effectively Manage Situations tool located in the Resources section of this VDP. We developed this because it provides 20 specific actions for the 5 different pro-adaptive approaches that some people need. All that remains now is for you to use the tools that work for you to gain greater success and satisfaction. Best wishes.